Well, alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about DIA. What are they looking to do? How are they changing the game? Well, DIA is an Oracle project, just to kind of get that over with so you guys can understand what it is. But if you guys are new to the channel, we talk about different cryptocurrencies here and talk about different projects and how to be your own banker and, well, how to make it in the markets. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. These are just my opinions on the projects and what I see out there. So DIA, let's break it down. So what is so special about them compared to Band or Chainlink? Well, let's go ahead and break it out now. You already know how important oracles are in this situation. Obviously, Chainlink and Band are pumping, and DeFi is just the narrative this year and last year. It's just massive. And you can't have DeFi without good oracles. I mean, we'll just show you right here. Here's some of the partnerships that are with DIA right now. They have Exceed Me. This is a new project that launched. PySwap. A lot of DeFi projects, and even protocols that are just like giving the tokenomics or the token prices, because you have to have a good oracle for giving good token prices. I mean, there's a couple of projects on here that have recently pumped. For example, Matic, that's a layer 2 Ethereum solution. Polkadot, they're working on cross-chain integration with them. Injective protocol, this project literally like 5x'd in this past week. Polkastarter, you guys can see there's several different projects that these guys are partnering with, and oracles are huge. So DIA is a decentralized information asset, which is what the DIA stands for. Basically, they're trying to be the Wikipedia. So they're a little bit different than Chainlink and Band, because Chainlink and Band, they are actually centralized, because they do have a centralized data feed that they go to. So do keep that in mind. This is more of a crowd fund. So you have stakers and other people with the DIA tokens, and they say, hey, this and this one, or hey, this is the price of this, hey, this is the price of this. And depending on how many people say is basically how it verifies the data. So DIA is an open source Oracle platform enabling market actors to secure, source, and share trustable data, almost like how Wikipedia works. DIA's main differentiator is in the way it sources and processes raw data into insights in a decentralized way. So that's also good to keep in mind. It does have its own niche, so it's not just like saying, hey, we're a decentralized Oracle, or hey, we're an Oracle just like Chainlink or Band. Well, that's not going to fly, because why am I going to go with your project instead of Chainlink or Band? Just so you guys can kind of see DIA in action, here's an example of like a bounty project that they have. So it's similar to Wikipedia. So someone submits a source or some data and says, hey, is this right? And people will say, oh yeah, it's right, or oh, they'll fix it, and they get paid to fix it. That's similar to how the DIA platform works. We'll also read this Medium article so you guys can see exactly how it works. So first, you have the data request. Stakeholders seek a particular set of data, not already published, and the successful provision of the corresponding data is linked to a bounty. So you get a bounty for providing the data. So now the data is submitted, incentivized by the data request, which is what we talked about. You get a bounty, and they create scrapers and connect to APIs or on-chain data to provide the requested data. So now that goes out. Now it's validated. So data analysts must verify the submitted code through staking. So the people who are staking on the network can look at that data and say, hey, yeah, that's right, or no, that's a whole bunch of baloney. Next. Or additionally, there's also bounties like we showed in the other link, where there's bounties for errors, bugs, manipulation attempts, etc. And data storage. So once the validated data is stored in an immutable open source database, it is published on the DIA platform, similar to Wikipedia. You guys can go to Wikipedia and look up different articles and so on. So now when you're using the tokens or when you're accessing the published data, it is free. However, if you're looking to access like live prices or specific APIs, there is a paid amount. So similar to the way Chainlink works. So for example, if Binance was trying to get information, they would have to pay in DIA tokens for exchange scrapers and so on. So it's not just something that's like, oh, well, okay, so it's free. No. DIA is also a governance token, so you can vote on governance issues, upgrades to the project, etc. You can also get about 10 to 20% of varied interest, depending on how long you stake it for. The tokens are used for funding data collection, so they have like a pool that's used for making upgrades or bringing on more partners, etc. Validating data through staking, incentivizing platform development, and accessing live data streams and specific APIs. So again, we already talked about the DIA tokens. If someone's needing like a price feed, for example, injective protocol, they need the price instantly. So this allows you to do it with the DIA tokens. So similar to the graph with the GRT tokens. So here's another infographic just displaying what it'll do. So basically you spend any of the cryptocurrencies to buy DIA tokens, and then you'll actually just put the information on the database, upload it, and they can be used for lending, margin trading, derivatives, prediction markets, insurance, basically anything DeFi. So this is an oracle for DeFi. That's what you need to know in the most part. It's like a decentralized, crowdsourced oracle. So it's not like Band or Chainlink, which are almost like Google. So Google is not a decentralized crowdsource. It's all the information is coming directly from Google and their selected nodes. However, this is like Wikipedia, that someone else can look at a Wikipedia page and say, oh no, that's wrong, let me edit that. And they go and edit it, fix it, and so on. In fact, I think Wikipedia, they used to get paid in crypto, I think it was. It was WikiLeaks or something. I don't know. You guys probably heard about it with the previous presidential election. Anyways, side note. DIA is a transparent oracle. For example, Chainlink and Band, you really don't know where they're getting their data from. You just know, okay, well, it's coming from Chainlink or Band. So here's the staking calculation. This is for larger yields. This is obviously for the first one, so it's different rates now. You would have to visit their website for updated rates. But for example, the rates for a 3-month lockup, you're going to get 10%, 6 months, 15%, 12 months, 22%. What the bonus tranche means is that, well, it's an additional 2.5%. This is for the first. The first one has already ended, so you cannot get this bonus. It's just going to be these 10, 15, and 22% for locking up your tokens. This talks about the caps for private investors so they don't take up all the allocations for staking. But guys, you cannot participate in this one. This has already ended for the first one, but you can still stake your tokens. They actually did partner with Binance for staking too. You guys can see right here, Binance Savings. You can deal with that there if you want to check that out, or you can just stake directly onto the network. This is something you should know about. This was a KuCoin security breach. This was when the KuCoin network, I assume, the exchange got hacked. A total of 150 million plus worth of funds and tokens from more than 100 projects was moved to an external address. So this wasn't really on the DIA network, so it wasn't really their fault, but it was on KuCoin. KuCoin, I guess, had the hack. So keep that in mind, guys. Not your keys, not your crypto. Don't leave your tokens on exchanges. They are working on reimbursing the tokens that were lost. They probably have already done that by now, so it's a little bit late. But anyways, you guys can read more about this on the article. Here's a link to the article. It's KuCoin security breach statement. I can leave the link in the description so you guys can check it out. So here's a couple of the tokenomics on DIA. They do have a $44 million market cap. 25 million in circulation with a 200 max supply. They have burned some tokens, so keep that in mind, guys. Let me show you the data on that. So here's a breakdown of the circulating supply, just so you guys can see this. The total circulating supply, just about 28 million. The bonding curve sale, so basically 30 million tokens were up for offering. Only a third of these were sold, and the other 2/3 were burned. So theoretically, 20 million are off the market. The final batch price was about $2.72. Basically, if you guys don't know how a bonding curve works, a bonding curve starts like this. It's like a little S, so the tokens are sold cheaper, and then as the less and less tokens come available, the price goes up and up and up, which was the last price was $2.72. So at $2.72 was the last price, and the rest was just burned. So interesting way to sell the tokens, but yeah. Capped at 10 million tokens for the private sale. This was sold out. 25 million is designated for the ecosystem, so basically for growth. Growth is always a good thing. So just because they have tokens locked up doesn't mean it's bad. It's good for growth. 24 million for the founders and team. So with this base, they probably have about 15% of the supply, maybe 12%. 7-month lockup was the original, but they did extend it to 29 months. So this is definitely a bullish thing. That means the company is in it for a long term. I don't know after 29 months, it could be, obviously it could be a bit different. So if this is a semi-short term hold, yeah, it does have that, but it does worry me in the future with a supply of 200 million. That is a lot of tokens. Obviously it's not as much as like a Chainlink. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Oh wow, it pulled up. Chainlink has a max supply of 1 billion, so it's 5x the supply. So keep that in mind, guys. So this still is a semi-low token supply of Chainlink. This is the company reserve, 91.5, used for operating expenses, distribution of the product, etc. So don't really have the exact dates on the releasing of it, but obviously if you are participating in the governance, you can choose on that. 91.5 million for the company reserve. You guys can see the release schedule on it. It's over a 10-year period, so basically 9.15 million tokens will be released each year. So keep that in mind, guys. So it will be increasing. They also had an additional burn of 4.575 million tokens from the reserve. You guys can actually verify both of these on the Etherscan. You guys can see their 000 address right here. Here's where the tokens were burned. This is 24 days ago, 4,575,000, and then the 19 million one. And then obviously existing backers and investors, about 9.8% of them, they are partially locked up. You guys can check out one of their long-term investors. We'll go to their page so you guys can check it out. But basically, they're locked up partially via legal contracts from 4 to 36 months. 50,000 from early stage investors not locked up. So 50 is really not that much. Here's the Lunar Crust sentiment report, just so you guys can see this. This is the past year. They don't have a bad Galaxy score. The Galaxy score is about a 64.5. You do want to look for about a 70 plus, but overall it's not too bad. They've stayed pretty bullish for the most part. So keep that in mind. They did pick up some around January 17th. They did get into the 70s there, so you guys can keep that in mind. They have a lot of people talking about them on Twitter, Facebook, and other social media sources. Here's where one of their main investors talk about this is they relate them to like how Wikipedia has played to the web, or played an important or critical role to the web, and they explain the exponential growth projects like Maker, Aave, Compound, Synthetics. So basically showing the growing demand for oracles. In fact, Aave, Compound, and Synthetics all use Chainlink, and that's an issue because there is a centralized party, which is Chainlink. So if the government or someone wanted to shut down the DeFi ecosystem, well, they can wreak havoc by going after Chainlink. So keep that in mind, guys. This is a solution as a decentralized oracle. Just like DEXs are taking off right now, because with all these centralized exchanges and all this regulation, this is a decentralized one. That's hence why Bitcoin is harder to take down, because, well, it's decentralized. Same thing with Ethereum. It's decentralized. So if it's truly decentralized, it's harder to take down, and you don't have that regulatory issue with the SEC, just like XRP and Ripple did, or like Chainlink may have. I don't know. It's not financial advice. It's just my opinion. You just have to announce what's out there. Chainlink is a killer project. I will say that. Hence why they are the best oracle out there. But this is just my opinion on the project, guys. If you guys like that or like the video, go ahead and smash the like button. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We talk about projects like this, little altcoin gems that may pop in the market. I mean, this is only a $44 million market cap, and Chainlink, on the other hand, is at $8.9 billion. So there's plenty of room in the space. I mean, all of the exchanges can't just have one oracle, because, well, if it gets shut down, you have to have other oracles. So these are other solutions. Just imagine if you only had one credit card terminal, or if you only had one cashier and that cash register goes down, well, you're toast. Well, no, they have multiple cash registers. So that's how it works. So let's leave you guys with a wisdom one. Chapter 26 verses 24. Enemies disguise themselves with their lips, but in their hearts they harbor deceit. So this is how you can relate it. A person could sugarcoat everything. They can say, oh yeah, you're so awesome, oh, you're amazing, but behind your back they can talk evil about you. Don't be that person, guys. Basically what you're saying out of your lips, let that be what's in your heart. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Obviously if you have evil hearts, try to make those good hearts. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and hit that bell notification. That way you guys can be ahead of the game every time we make a new video. If you guys are new to cryptocurrency, don't know where to get started, don't know what to invest in, well, participate in the triple threat. The first thing, set up a Celsius account. This is for your savings. This is where you're going to store your cryptocurrency, and you can earn interest. It can be up to 5%, 6%, 10%, and they even have some as high as 17%. Here's a referral link. Use this referral link in order to get 20 bucks in free Bitcoin. Part 2 of the triple threat is to get a crypto.com. Crypto.com account is one of the best places, especially for a beginner, to buy cryptocurrencies, or smaller altcoins. So now you have a savings account. Now you need to get a cryptocurrency wallet that allows you to buy those smaller altcoins, like your Engine coin, your Raven coin, just like smaller alts, so you guys can participate in those big plays. My referral code is down here. If you use this, you'll get 25 bucks free. And the next one is Voyager. Voyager is awesome. There's a list of different cryptocurrencies you can use. What I like about Voyager in particular is you can actually make your next level up in buying cryptocurrencies. You can actually buy Bitcoin with a limit order. So you just hit buy Bitcoin, hit limit, and you type in how much you want. Boom, you're off to the races. So you don't have to watch it and make sure it's a good buy-in. Here's a referral code you guys can use to get some free cryptocurrency. This will allow you to get $25 for free. Can't beat free. And then obviously this is just a fun one, so you can get free cryptocurrency, is going on Lolly. You get a daily stack. All you do is you tap the treasure chest and you get free sats. And it's literally free. One of the days I literally got 20 bucks in free Bitcoin. Look, 101,000 sats. Pretty cool.